Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for the 4th until the 10th of July. So let's just call in the light beings, the guides, angels, and any other higher frequency collectives who would like to be part of this reading, also the Ascended Masters, okay? High frequency help is always much appreciated here on this channel. Don't know what that was in my hair. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and discard the rest, okay? So Libra, let's just grab a card here, which is going to be representing you. Here you are, the world. You are sitting on the beach, feeling relaxed, carefree, and that you are a part of things going on around you. You're a part of your environment. You have a sense of what you're going to be doing in the world, or what you are doing. And if you are not feeling like you're in this frequency at the moment, maybe you're going to be moving into it very soon, okay? We're going to grab a card now for the crossing energy, being from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. And yeah, that's a really beautiful energy to start with there, Libra. It's looking like things are going fairly smoothly for you at the moment. Here we have the last cloak. Now, this is quite a depth, I think it's one of the depth cards. Yeah, depth work. So here we have Libra. Release old identities and your magnificence is realized. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting reading. Right, so let's continue. But I think there's going to be... She's actually just released... It looks like she's perhaps just released a hat, or it's blowing back into her hands. I'm not sure, but... maybe some things that could be a symbolic releasing or a metaphorical releasing of something. But this is about your old identities or aspects of your old identity being released, and you're going to be replacing it with a new one that's going to be even better. So this is awesome for you, Libra, at the moment. Right, I'm going to grab a card now. Next card in the deck, and it's something that you've just... so just recently. I can't believe this. Gemini had the same card in the same position. So just recently, Libra, you have either stepped back from something, or you've decided to take a break, or you have just come into a more mindful way of living. Perhaps you've just released a whole lot of thoughts, which could be part of this old identity that you're releasing. Perhaps you're releasing a tendency to procrastinate, to worry about things, or to perhaps overthink. Okay, and you're now moving into this calmer way of being, perhaps more mindful and more peaceful, okay, more harmonious. And I feel generally that it must be times that we're going to be moving into, where I think there's going to be more peace, harmony, and balance, and everyone's going to feel more equilibrium mentally and emotionally, I think. Right, so the next card is... something you're bringing forward, and the 7, yes, it is 7 of Swords, 7 being a spiritual number, the Swords being the number of the intellect and the mind again, and it is about, I think you're bringing forward, this could just even represent some spiritual insight that you've had, okay. This can also be about moving in stealth mode, or perhaps just withholding your ideas for a little bit, okay? So perhaps, Libra, you've done a lot of this. Maybe you haven't been outwardly expressing some of your thoughts on things, or your ideas, or your insights. And perhaps they've been of a spiritual nature as well. So it could be that you've kept your spiritual stuff kind of under wraps a little bit. Let's have a look and see what's going to happen, what's likely to unfold as a result of these two energies coming together, which I'm thinking would be positive. King of Pentacles, which is interesting because that's a very grounded energy. The King of Pentacles, I don't know what it is, it keeps popping up. Today's reading, it popped up twice in Gemini's reading, and the other day it popped up as well in someone else's reading, but here we go. So this, your ability to be more mindful, and you've got your spiritual ideas. I'm feeling like what's likely to happen is that I think you're going to be, it's almost like, so you're going from the mind, from the mind to the body here, okay, or physicality. So it's almost like I think you're just going to be really relaxing down into your physical form, just feeling really connected to your environment, connected to nature. This is the suit of earth, the pentacles. So it might be that perhaps here when you're relaxing, you might be giving up a lot of these sort of ideas and things that you've had that, or perhaps you're going to be transforming them, I think might be the thing. Transforming them into physical, into the third dimensional, into physical existence. Like here they're sort of in the mind and they're, you know, they're hidden away, and all your insights and ideas, your spirituality, they've always been kind of kept under wraps. Let's grab another card now for an opportunity. And here we have the Tower. This is going to be an opportunity for you. This is definitely releasing some of the old stuff, okay? So some of this stuff, all those bits there that are crumbled, they've been released from the structure, okay? And what these, I think these things here are going to be rebuilt in a new way. Maybe there's some new materials that are going to come in. And that you here are the builder, and you're going to really orchestrate, restructure your identity, okay? And this is just really exciting because I really love how this is looking now, because we have, you know, this idea of you releasing the old, and this is kind of what it's going to look like, you know, symbolically. And here you are, this could even be a new identity, okay? This could be the new identity that you're moving into if you haven't already. Maybe this has all just kind of happened recently for you, or maybe you're in kind of in between modes with it, but this is a bit of a kind of representing a phase, this reading here. This is, you know, very connected to the earth, feeling a part of what's going on, and even releasing things here, but also kind of having a bit of fun, right? So your new identity could comprise, you know, a lighter aspect. Okay, here we have, you know, things have been hidden. We're having to, you know, not disclose things for fear of perhaps safety or fear of, you know, persecution. That could actually be past life energy. Okay, that's been in the background for you. But this is like you stepping into being a space holder, stepping into, oh, it's okay now. You know, I can be myself more so. Out in the world, which is, yeah, out in the world, okay. There's a lot of purple in this reading, which is very transformative, and the violet flame might be, the colour violet might be really good. I have amethyst here at the moment, and that's really good for meditation, for higher, bringing higher consciousness down into practicality. Actually, I think it's a very artistic sort of stone, and it could even be that maybe this represents some sort of art form for you, an art form or a creativity, because the pentacles are all about growth and development too. So it could be that you're going to be nurturing and growing a new spiritual path, way of life, lifestyle. We're going to have a look now at something that you may be feeling deeper, Libra, at the moment. So a perspective that you have at the moment is that perhaps you're kind of looking at these things here. Perhaps you're in this phase of you're looking at those aspects of your identity that aren't particularly, that you don't like, okay, or that you feel have been holding you back, that you feel haven't helped you. And that can be a little disconcerting. It can be a bit confronting, and it can be a bit annoying and depressing as well at times. But the thing to remember is that this is the cup, which is the new, the part of the new identity that's coming in. So sometimes when we make these transitions, it can seem like there's more bad stuff that we have to deal with than actually good stuff coming in. But this could be what you're feeling at the moment, Libra, is that, here, you've probably quieted your mind a little bit, and some of these things about yourself are kind of coming into your awareness now, okay? But the idea is to hold space for yourself and to work through it. And you do have a tendency to keep things to yourself, but this is really about you holding space for yourself, okay? Really, as much as you can, cultivating an abundance mindset, a gratitude mindset, okay? Because there will be an opportunity for you to rebuild, to create even more cups from your new identity coming in, okay? Or it might even actually symbolically involve you perhaps picking these cups up and refilling them with something else, okay? And if any other meanings come up for you, the images on these cards, please take note of your own intuition, okay? So let's just grab a card here now. Yeah, so this could be something in your environment. And it could be, this is the devil, but it could be an attachment or a temptation to perhaps be, you know, a little obsessed with it, like the food or the money or the possessions or that type of thing. I think a lot of us, you know, we have this old survival program of like, you know, I mean, we have a number of food choices in Western society, don't we? Depending where you are in the world, but and the amount of choice that we have in supermarkets and that type of thing, it's almost like, yeah, and I know that, you know, the whole commercial thing has sort of been designed so that we buy the foods, etc. But, you know, this idea of, you know, the devil is that can be a distraction, like, well, let's focus on the food and the money and the possessions and don't worry about anything else. That's kind of what the devil looks to, all those the energies are the ones that, and even the ego, okay, it's within, it's wanting to stay with what's familiar. It's wanting to stay in the old paradigm, okay? It's wanting to stay in the old energies, which could be a preoccupation with, I mean, if you have a bakery business, of course, then, okay, that's your your welfare, okay? But I'm just talking about if generally in life you find yourself thinking about food constantly and perhaps what you're going to buy on the weekend, and there's nothing else in your life. There's no creativity, there's no spirituality, there's nothing else, okay? It could be a call to just look into that, if maybe it's about changing your environment. This could be why it's in this position, is to encourage you, Libra, to be aware of what's going on in your environment and to be aware of the subtle energetic influences that are around you that could be distracting you a bit from, for instance, turning around and seeing what's in this cup. That are going to distract you from releasing the old identities, parts of your old identity, and moving into your soul self, your creativity, your spirituality, your intuition, your connection to source, your connection to spirit guides, your higher consciousness self, okay? So, yeah. And I mean, others may view you as someone perhaps who is fairly, you know, I guess for the most part, concerned with the material things of existence like food, shelter, and money here. As you know, the so-called devil is offering food and money here for the kids. But isn't that interesting? Because they're holding hands, so they're a couple in love, and they've got these pets here too. So it's almost like he's trying to lure her away from the love, and we're here to love, okay, to cultivate unconditional love for ourselves. So he's trying to lure her into, you know, possibly being addicted to food, and he's trying to lure him into, you know, pursuing monetary wealth at the expense possibly of the love that could possibly develop between them. Now, I'm not saying you can't have love and all those things as well, okay? This is just a symbolic kind of breakdown of what that could be saying, that card there. But, I mean, you know, just take what resonates, Libra, and discard the rest, okay? But it's probably more about that in your environment there can be influences that are possibly distracting you at times, okay? Let's grab a card now that's going to kind of represent perhaps, you know, like a long-term goal or a concern you may have, and it is the Three of Wands. So I think this is a goal. It's about you really at this point of consolidation, of realizing that, yes, you know, you have released some of the old identities, okay, the old parts of you that are no longer serving you, okay, that are kind of perhaps low frequency or addictive in nature, or yeah, and that you will then be in a position to, okay, to look forward and to recreate. This is almost like you creating, could be like creating a new identity or creating some new energy that you're going to move into, like a new energy here. Okay, this is like the world. It's almost like the new energy here. So yeah, so that's like a long-term goal, which is, you know, because we've all achieved a whole lot of things, and you're no exception, Libra. So when it comes to your spirituality, it could be that you will get to a point longer term, where you will then be ready to make that, once you've released some of the older stuff, you'll be feeling a whole lot better, okay? You'll be feeling like a more high frequency and more free to move in the direction you'd like to move into. Yeah. This card here is best course of action to take. And the interesting thing is that I did mention creativity, and this is creativity and it's collaboration. So it's collaborating with others. And I think this could be bang on for you, Libra, because here you are doing your spiritual stuff, but kind of keeping it secret. You're keeping to yourself here. And here you are collaborating. The other link for this card is that this one here, is the devil is sort of talking about, okay, food and money. And here we are, we mentioned before, the creativity. So he can be, this energy here, I need to say he, the energy, and, you know, it's pretty rife everywhere. Like many of us have been distracted and deluded into doing things other than exploring our creativity, exploring our talents and gifts, our spirituality, our connection with our higher selves, okay, our connections with the spirit guides, and yeah, a whole lot of stuff. And this is why many of us are going through this thing of like, you know, there has to be more to it than just, you know, going to work, eating the food, and, you know, buying the things. Okay, and there is more to life than that. Aside from our relationships, there's even more to life than that as well. Okay, it's about our frequency, and because Earth is moving up in frequency, we are having to shift everything about ourselves, our physiology, our you know, our consciousness, and also, you know, how we relate, our heart chakra energy. You know, we are going to be vibrating with love. This number 3 has to do with an active, and we also have the 3 here. So it's almost like the powerful trinity of mind, body, spirit. Okay, for you, Libra, to just as a little mantra even to keep in mind, because if you are releasing old identities, what you're going to be moving into, the new one, is the mind, body, spirit balance. Okay, and here you are, you know, you're stepping into your body, the physicality. And yeah, and here you are with the wand energy. This is the spirit. Okay, this is also practicality and spirit and physical, but collaborating, I think, is going to be a great course of action for you to take, because yeah, but also doing times by yourself, but realizing that we are here to you know, move on from this energy. You know, we're here to move on from procrastination into connection. Okay. With our higher selves and also with others around us. Let's grab another card here. These Lemurian Star Child cards are so awesome. Wow. Surrender. This is gorgeous. It says, release misaligned energies, retune to your truth. Isn't that bang on? This is what you're doing here when you're releasing well, you're stepping into new identities, which is retuning yourself. And this is about you surrendering, Libra. And I think this is what you're doing here. You're literally surrendering to the energies at the moment. Yeah, and you're releasing misaligned energies. Okay. What was the last little bit? Yeah, retune to your truth. I really love that. This is that a unicorn? Yes, it is. So that's a purity, a very pure. So, yeah, inner child. Okay. We have the element of water here. And also the stars or space, galactic. That's really gorgeous. And I think that's bang on. I mean, this is a testament, Libra, to your depth of spirituality and understanding, because this is the last cloak. So it's probably the last remnants of your old identity that you're going to be kind of shedding, which is kind of awesome, because that can be a big long phase. I have a feeling you've already been doing some of that. Also just going to quickly grab a Forest Fae card here for you now. And yeah. The soothsayer, travel the road seldom taken. Yeah. So basically, of course, the new identity is not going to be a road that you've taken before. There'll be some aspects of, you know, your old identity, obviously. But you know, there's going to be new energies coming in here. And here we have the old paths. It says, walk in unknown territory to see from a new perspective. Walk in unknown territory. Okay, and that could be what this is a call here, to shift your environment, because this environment perhaps that you're in at the moment, Libra, may be, can I say, not so conducive to you shifting or releasing old identities. It may be worth, as this card is sort of suggesting here, to move to perhaps higher frequency environments. I'm not saying you have to move there permanently, but at least perhaps regularly go to higher frequency environments. And to then, so that you can get in touch with the higher frequency aspects of yourself. Okay, perhaps with different types of people, different environments, different types of activities. Yeah, so that you can see from a new perspective. And sometimes we just need to be in a different energy. Okay, that's happened to me many a time where I've been in a certain energy, and I've got in my car and driven somewhere else, and I've gone into a shop and looked around, and I'm like, oh, there's a whole lot of cool stuff in here. Oh wow, now I feel completely different. Okay. And I did just mention before about, you know, not buying stuff, but it can just be even about going into nature. Okay, and yeah, or just being with different people, even going to a different restaurant or a bakery. This is my food addiction coming out now, isn't it? My suggestions are to go to different fooderies and different shops. See? Old identities. Whereas what we could have said was, well, maybe go do a drumming workshop, or go to a painting group, get some paints, go out in a backyard, go to nature somewhere and just do some painting. Not painting the trees, painting on your canvas or something like that. Or listening to different types of music, okay? Anywho, Libra, that's what I have for you. But you have some beautiful energies here, releasing the old and surrendering to the new. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. And I hope that's been helpful. I look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day and a fantastic week. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.